US President Joe Biden has suggested that the US could defend Taiwan if China tried to change the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. Biden made the comments in an interview with Time magazine. Asked if US forces would be deployed to support Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion, Biden said he was, quote, not ruling out using US military force. Rick Glauert is following the story for us here in Taipei. Rick, what exactly did Biden say, and does this signal a change on Taiwan policy from the White House?
So Biden said that he had reiterated to the Chinese President Xi Jinping that the US position was that it did not support Taiwan independence, but that it also will not come to Taiwan's defense if China attacked. He was then pushed on what exactly that defense might look like, whether it would mean boots on the ground here in Taiwan or whether it would mean strikes from nearby US allies Japan or Philippines. These are two countries that the US has been building stronger military ties with to counter China. Of course, Biden refused to go into too much detail. It's not the first time that Biden has commented on whether or not the US would come to Taiwan's defense. In the past, he said that the US would. These comments were then later walked back by the White House because Biden is treading quite a delicate line here. He wants to support Taiwan without enraging China, which of course claims Taiwan as part of its sovereign territory. So the level of military support offered from the US to Taiwan has always been a bit of a question mark. We know that the US provides Taiwan with the weapons it needs to defend itself, but it's unclear exactly what the US would do if China attacked.
And China is continuing to ramp up the pressure on Taiwan, with near-daily military incursions now pretty much the norm, Rick.
So, of course, Taiwan has lived under the threat of China for decades, and Chinese military operations around Taiwan are quite often just shrugged off. Today, the Ministry of National Defense here is saying that there were 26 Chinese planes and 10 military vessels in Taiwan in the last 24 hours. That's unlikely to make big headlines here, but people are paying attention to the nature of Chinese maneuvers around Taiwan. Just 2 weeks ago, when the new President Lai Ching-te, took office, there was large-scale Chinese drills where they simulated how they would isolate or block any international support coming to Taiwan. This week, we've also seen lawmakers flagging the vulnerability of Taiwan's infrastructure, things like power plants, gas terminals, major transport hubs. They're worried that these places could be vulnerable to Chinese saboteurs, Chinese sympathizers, in the event of conflict across the strait.